gonna have to be good enough this week. Hello everyone, we'll be live in just a couple of minutes. If you can hear us, you are here for our pre-show mic check and other stuff. If you're here, go ahead and click the like button. The picture you're seeing is a picture of a black sunflower that I took when we visited a farmer's market not too long ago. Why'd you stop playing?
Had to get a new record out.
Oh,
Take it out
okay.
of the sleeve, put the needle on
Record?
put the needle on the record.
Put the needle on the record.
Is that a John Denver song?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna sit back and move this mic a little bit closer.
We could do that.
We'll be live in another 1 to 2 minutes. Just enjoy the jam and the art. The photo you're seeing is available on Fine Art America, along with some of our other bridge pictures and other art's coming soon. We have some interesting developments. That my husband doesn't know anything about.
Are you going to inform me during the show?
Yeah. We're live. And it is time. Hello, welcome everybody to A Knittin' and a Frettin', brought to you by MX Sisters Creations and CCK Media. The website you are loved, mxsisters.com, is below. I'm Emma.
And I'm Elder.
And we are A Knittin' and a Frettin' today. What are we fretting about today?
For you to feel my love. Oh, Bob doesn't mind if I borrow the chords. He let Adele borrow them.
I think the dog does not agree.
The dog doesn't listen to music much. She doesn't play guitar very well.
Well, the art piece that you saw at the beginning is called Black Sunflower, and it was indeed a black sunflower that was begging for a silhouette picture in the dusk of the day, or almost dusk. And my oldest daughter and I were fighting over the camera because there were so many interesting shots in the field of flowers. And that farmer's market, not only do they have flowers, but they also have hay rides and pumpkin picking and corn mazes and all of that. And that's Triple B Farms. So that is going to be our...
Do they have tractor-drawn sleds here?
No, they don't. That is going to be our small business shout out today. Is Triple B Farms in Monongahela. Because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have had that picture. And there was a lot of other pictures taken that day because it was just so beautiful. They take you for a hayride up onto the hill, and up on top of the hill you can see for miles, and there's the pumpkin patch to the one side and the flower fields to the other, and you can literally run through a field of flowers. And of course they're there for picking and buying, but running through them and taking pictures of them was also great fun. If you are listening, please give a thumbs up. That helps our algorithms. It lets people know on YouTube that you like what you see. There is a pinned link in the chat for our Patreon page, and in a minute I'll tell you what that is good for. We're adding something too, besides the free art that you get when you become a patron. After 3 months, at any level, you get some free art from us. But there is another surprise, and all of you knitters will hopefully enjoy the surprise. So what are we talking about today?
I don't know. What do you talk about? Talk about why I play guitar and say nothing.
Hey, let us know in the chat if you can hear okay. We like to be a little bit interactive with this live stream, and we're new. We've only been doing this a month and a half, so we do like the feedback. So the title of this week's A Knittin' and a Frettin' is Spirit. And some might call this week the Spirit of Love because there is a special holiday this week. Do you remember what that holiday is?
It's the anniversary of the rock group Heart?
No.
No, it's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Interestingly
Day.
strange segue for a folksy folk to sing about rock and roll. The best Led Zeppelin tribute band ever, Heart. They took their name from Valentine's Day. But is it Saint Valentine? Should we have some educational interruptions here? Perhaps we can look at Google.
I don't know.
And figure out who Saint Valentine was. Was it a guy that dressed like Cupid and danced around? Most likely not. He would have been locked up. Except in this day and age.
So, what constitutes a spirit of love? Because there are different, the Bible describes love in many different ways. Has like something like 5 words for love. But having a spirit of brotherly love, phileo, like in Philadelphia.
Oh, I thought it was like a fillet of fish.
No.
That's better. Phileo. That's like cream cheese. Why am I always food related? Too much vegetable tales for me.
Vegetable tales.
Vegetable tales. Tales from the banana.
Tales from the Crisper.
Tales from the Crisper.
I think that was actually one of the titles to their thing. But so having a spirit of love is not necessarily a easy thing to communicate because there are different languages. Someone wrote a book about 5 different love languages. And do you remember what they are?
Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Love Languages.
Is it Gary Chapman?
Dr. Gary Chapman.
Okay.
It's a very popular book. It's a good book.
If you have not read it, it's a good read. It will help you not only love your spouse better,
It's a read and reread.
help you love your kids better. And there's... So, do you remember the 5 love languages? Do you remember what they are?
Listening. That's not one of them.
It's not one of them.
Listening is not one of them.
Gifts?
Laundry. Laundry is one of them.
That's gifts of service.
That's gifts of service. That's not number 1, but it's one of them.
So,
gifts of service.
Gifts of service.
And they're not ranked in importance because each person has a dominant gift and a lesser gift that they need to be fruitful and loved.
To feel love.
To feel love.
He talks about filling your love tank.
I go back to this one. Filling a love tank. It's a love bank.
Love tank, love bank.
That was a different book. That was Dr.
Nope, maybe that was Dr. Tommy Love.
That's a different book altogether. There's a picture book, I believe. An animated picture book with a guy dancing with a guitar with a wig on.
With a really long wig on.
Playing Bob Dylan.
Was he playing Bob Dylan?
And other equivalent songs.
Okay.
Like, Vince Neil, Motley Crue, modern day Bob Dylan's.
Anyway, so if we have a spirit of love for one another, we prefer one another with honor. That's part of the Bible verse that I was looking at earlier. And there's also if we're honoring the other person, then we do for them what they would appreciate most. So, what are my love languages? This is a quiz.
Chocolate.
No.
No, it's not a love. Chocolate is not a love language.
No.
Well, a lot of people think so. They've shaped the chocolates into hearts. It's like $1 jillion business.
No.
Sounds like I need chocolate or had too much chocolate. I don't know.
If you would give me a heart-shaped box full of beautiful notes handwritten, that would be much more appreciated than chocolate.
Woo!
So what is my one love language?
boxes full of paper.
No.
I watch too much VeggieTales as an adult.
He knows what it is. He's just being...
Words of wisdom? No.
Words of... You're going to make this live stream
Encouragement.
Words of encouragement. Yes.
Did you hear me?
Oh, goodness.
I was too quiet last time.
Words of Ouch.
Oh, well. There's always last time.
So, and one of his love languages is gifts of service. Or acts of service, not gifts of service. So, if you come home on Valentine's Day and bring me home a box of chocolates and a stuffed teddy bear, what? And don't say anything to me? Is that going to fill my life?
Fail! Put that on a meme. Put that on a meme where I fly out the broken window with the glass shards, those, gift memes where the guy goes back and forth through the window with the box of chocolates. And the glass breaks around him, and there's blood flying. That's a nice meme for Valentine's Day.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen anything.
It's a joke.
Like that. Okay. I know what memes are.
Well, my memes are better than everybody else's memes because there's more graphics.
Oh, okay.
Well, one of my love languages is stunts. Stuntman work. That's a guy thing. I grew up in the South.
Okay, so we're talking about spirit this week. Spirit of love.
Is there motorcycles
involved?
involved?
You know what? If I did give him a guitar.
Yes.
So he likes gifts. And acts of service. Whenever I do something for him, he likes it. Although there's some things that he doesn't let me do, like wash his clothes. He does not let me wash his clothes because I don't wash them correctly.
Yes. Remembering to dry them is an important component of washing the clothes. Hanging them on the hanger. There's also specifically... down the avenue.
So, to encourage a spirit of love...
Thing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. That's acts of service. That's the acts of service song right there.
Well, no, it's actually words of encouragement
from Robert Zimmerman.
That's kind of cool.
There isn't anything I wouldn't do to make you feel my love.
I would not put your foot there.
That's good. If the whole world comes to an end, that's good too. There'll be some excitement. Referencing the stunts comment from earlier.
So, spirit of love is definitely good. There is in Ephesians 1:15 through 17 says, because I have heard of your faith in the Lord Jesus and your love toward all the saints, I do not cease to give thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers, that the God of your Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, may give you the spirit of wisdom and of revelation and the knowledge of him. So God calls wisdom a spirit and revelation a spirit. So having a spirit of love and of wisdom and of revelation, those are all things you'd want, right?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've had revelation. But it's important to get revelation and be closer to God every day. It's true. Mm-hmm. I was just at a life group with guys, and I was receiving revelation, and I didn't know what it was for. I was blurting it out. It was very important that there was other people in the room because they had to clean up my mess after I was done talking because something happened.
Okay.
And
well, what happens at life group stays at life group and is not streamed on YouTube. So you'll just have to keep that to yourself.
So revelations.
So some of the spirits you don't want are the spirit of fear. God says he gives us not a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of sound mind. So there are spirits of power along with a spirit of wisdom and revelation. Thank you for your comments, Loveface. I'm not sure how to interpret those, but crying, laughing, checkmark. I am not the emoji person. He is the emoji person. We actually wrote a song about it. Do you know? I should sing it.
Is it? I forget how it goes.
Send us a text, your emoji man.
Ah.
Send us a text tonight.
Is that from the Book of Joel?
For we're all in the mood for obscurity, and you'll keep us guessing all right. LOL, LOL. LOL, LOL. Oh well. And there's verses too.
There's lots of verses.
There's verses too.
There's as many verses as there is emojis, for goodness sakes.
So specifically, I want to talk about the spirit of fear and how it sometimes drives us to, like, what is anger but just hidden fear? Usually if you're angry, you're afraid something's going to happen, or afraid someone's going to know something, or for instance, if you were in a couple and you were doing something you didn't want your spouse to know, and that person found out, or that person was starting to find out, you might get angry at that person and do things that you normally wouldn't do because you were overcome by the spirit of fear and what was going to happen when that spouse found out. And you might do things like things that aren't good. But is it really you, or is it the spirit of fear controlling you? I'm now thinking that the spirits that we embody, the spirit of wisdom and power and of love and of sound mind, God gave us those through the Holy Spirit to guide us through the trials that we will inevitably face here. And those spirits enable us to get through those without doing damage to others. Because you know the phrase, hurt people hurt people. You've heard that phrase before, right?
I did.
The mic probably can't hear your guitar real well.
How do you know?
Because the sound mechanism is not pointing towards the mic.
Oh.
Hey, let us know if you can hear the microphone.
Your arm mechanism is blocking the git fiddle mechanism. Can you drape your footy?
It's a spam bot? Why? Why did you report it?
Now you made me hungry for spam.
Yeah, no, those are...
I'm gonna fry up some spam.
Oh. So can you hear the guitar better now? Both the guitar and my mouth are about the same distance away. And that's what we like whenever we're... Oh, goodness. So, what about whenever you go into the local spirits store? Whenever it says wine and spirits. Are there really spirits in there?
Spirits.
Yeah.
Is it a misnomer, is what you're saying?
I'm thinking it's a misnomer. Like the spirit of fear is what causes you to reach for something that you shouldn't. As a... I don't want to call it a crutch. I personally do not...
Some spirits are poison, and some spirits are the antithesis of poison. Is this correct?
Oh, okay. So you can define it like that. So the spirit of jealousy, definitely poison. The spirit of discontentment, poison.
Yes. Those are the 5 hate languages. There's the 5 love languages by Dr. Gary Smalley, and there's also the 5 hate languages by... Oh, I don't know. No one wants to claim that one.
No, I wouldn't want to claim that one. So, spirit of fear is not conducive to any good thing.
What's
really.
conducive mean?
Conducive?
Is it contain like a deuce?
No.
No.
Conducive means
like a Pittsburgh potty.
You know what?
Is that a Pittsburgh?
Means.
Is to be conducive like a Pittsburgh potty contemplation?
It's not. It's not useful.
Not useful.
It's not useful.
Not conducive
for anything. That's why I think God says, "Fear not."
I'm sorry, I looked at the dog. And...
Honestly, fear not is probably bigger than any of the other.
Fear not.
Like, don't kill, don't steal, don't destroy. What does...
But we are not to have a spirit of fear, but to have a sound mind.
Yeah. I think the spirit of fear is exactly what causes us to... Maybe we're afraid of growing older, so we go searching for a new expensive car.
Why? So we could drive really fast and crash?
Yeah. Evidently.
I've seen that already. I see that.
The spirit of fear can cause us to get angry because we don't know what's going to happen. Like if we're afraid of what's going to happen. So in other words, if you're afraid your daughter is going to move away forever and never see you again, you might get angry at her at first. Like somebody I know did. I hope I can tell this story. Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry. A week before we got married, my mother got really angry at me. And I said, well, fine, I'll just move in with Steve now. Elder now.
I appear to have changed names.
I'll just move in now.
My real name is Paul. No, that's not true.
And oh goodness, I can't think of that bouncy tune.
That's why I do that.
So
interrupt my thought
it was.
process.
I think she was afraid of how her life was going to change because we were going to be married in like a week, and she couldn't verbalize it. I don't think, but I think that was what was it. There's lots of times people can't verbalize what they're afraid of, and then have some other emotion because they can't talk about
That's
it.
right, exactly. I was thinking that because I'm sad because you're leaving. Now I can kick you out. Is that how it worked?
I think I think it was probably more complicated than that, where you couldn't actually describe it. But if we are not fearful, then we can hand off our kids when it's time for them to go. Not without some sadness. Sure, because we love them. We love to be around them. But they have specific gifts and plans that God has for them that don't include them staying at home forever. So, watching them operate in their gifts is super fun too. My older daughter is taking some music and art classes along with majoring in creative writing, and she has some really fantastic stuff that she's done, and she's grown tremendously. I'm really proud of her. I think somebody in the other room was just clapping for her. I don't know. I don't know if you heard that or not. So, are we going to do a psalm song today? It is almost past. I guess we could talk a little bit more about spirits. Like, what do you do when you feel like you're being controlled by alcohol? Or chocolate, for instance. I mean, chocolate gluttony is just as much a sin as beer or alcohol is.
Sugar.
Obviously it's not the amount, because there's people in the Bible that drank wine. I choose not to, but I don't begrudge anybody else drinking some wine. The Bible says do not be drunk with too much wine.
It doesn't say to be too drunk with too much chocolate.
No.
It doesn't say lose your teeth.
My teeth are fine.
My teeth are not. Some bubblegum pop for us boys.
What's that?
It's some bubblegum pop.
How do you handle watching someone else deal with a spirit of fear?
Is this a question for me or for the microphone?
It's a question for you that you can talk into the microphone.
You want me to talk and play at the same time?
It is. No, you can stop.
I want a pay raise. That's my love language. Money.
No,
wait, that's not one of the love languages.
No, that's
Getting
not
back
one
to
of
that.
The 5 love languages are...
Cheeseburgers.
No.
Are delicious, but they're not one of the love languages.
That would be gifts. And then acts of service.
Service of a gift of a cheeseburger. That's 2 love languages in one.
So making the cheeseburger is the act of service. Giving it to you would be gifts. And then saying...
The chewing of it is also an act of service.
You're so wonderful. I made you this cheeseburger. So that would be a words of affirmation. So that's 3 of them. How can we incorporate all 5 love? Physical touch. So I throw the cheeseburger at you. That's physical touch.
That's not. That's actually the gift of anger, which is in the other book.
What if I threw it at you in love? Like, here's the cheeseburger. Smashes you on the face.
Throwing cheeseburgers is not a love language.
Picture ketchup splashing all over his forehead.
Ketchup splashing, that's already happened at a Steve Miller concert.
Oh gosh, don't remind me of that. So physical touch, like your elbow. That's physical touch.
My next parakeet cheeseburger and me, baby.
There is already a song about cheeseburgers. Cheeseburger in Paradise.
You are his cheeseburger.
Oh, that one too. I forgot about that one.
The Veggie Tale thing again. You are his cheeseburger, his lovely cheeseburger. He'll be back for you.
He'll be back for you. Won't be so long, cheeseburger.
And for those that don't eat meat,
Veggie burger?
It's a part of Veggie Tales. Understandably, it's the vegan side. They can be loved too.
It's very vegetables would not be vegan. But I guess they're not. Because... Well, I guess it's the bacteria and fungi that they break down the remains and then feed the plants and the dirt. So, it's the circle of life.
That's another movie.
The cheeseburger gets eaten by the bacteria and fungus, makes the nutrients available to the plant, and the plant grows.
And then the lion eats the guitar player who's eating a cheeseburger. And we wonder where Aslan went and why he stopped talking.
Oh, goodness.
Aslan eats a cheeseburger. That's an interruption in the circle of life.
I think that would be like a
what do talking
food
lions
web.
eat? That's a good question. We'll find out soon. It's in heaven.
Well, the lion lays down with the lamb.
That's what I meant.
Oh.
That's something to conceptualize, that the meat eaters will no longer have to eat meat. They don't usually sell that as part of like a salvation message, and
Yeah.
no, they don't go. That's not one of the love languages. Meat eating.
Meat eating is not one of the love
veganism
languages.
is not a love language.
No. Although I love me some chickpeas.
Do you name them?
No.
Do they talk?
No.
Like the
Although they
VeggieTales?
do look like little characters. They look like little birds.
Boy, we've really. How do I get out of this? Do I need a stronger cup of
Well,
coffee?
look at the time. No.
Here's the other love language. Caffeine.
Coffee. Oh, goodness, no.
Arg, the last of my addictions, the last of the V8s. Maybe it's the first one. Here's a song about the 5 love languages. We've only mentioned 2. We've only mentioned 2.
We've only mentioned 2.
We've only mentioned 2.
We've only mentioned 2.
We'll tell the rest to you. Will you tell us? Because we don't have a copy of the book very handy, and we can't reach it without going off camera. And we might as well grab a cheeseburger if you do. It's amazing cheeseburgers. How sweet the sound.
Don't make that noise.
It's amazing.
That's a mouth noise. Yeah. See,
Mouth languages.
We lost 2 viewers because you made that mouth noise.
Mouth languages is not a love language.
Oh, goodness. So the 5 love languages are acts of service, gifts, words of encouragement.
And what else? I'm touching you. Touch, 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 touch. The human touch is one of the love languages.
Yes. So if I elbow him like there, he feels loved.
So as we all know, we have friends, their last name is Feely.
You cannot mention people on the...
You can't mention
No,
them?
you cannot mention... You have to get prior
I
permission.
could have a phone book. There could be thousands of Feelys. There could be
Okay.
Mr. McFeely. There could be Freddie Feely, Freddie Fender. Freddie Fender had a fender bender with Mr. Feely, but they all got along as friends. They paid each other's notes. And fender benders are not one of the love languages.
That's some onomatopoeia.
I don't have to go to the bathroom. That's not one of the love languages. The rabbit hole that we can't escape
Alliteration.
from. Alliteration.
Alliteration. Onomatopoeia. I forget which one. You know what's really, really strange is on one. So, goodness gracious. So is it time to do our psalm song? I'd like to do Psalm 33. It's entitled The Steadfast Love of the Lord. Is this the psalm song?
Probably not.
We need to play like chords.
Chords? Like chords?
Yes, like chords.
Play like chords? Is that a simile or a metaphor?
I don't know.
I'll just stick to what's best. What's the psalm that we're going to?
Psalm 33.
Steadfast love.
Steadfast love of the Lord.
Ah, steadfast. He'll do anything.
Meaning it doesn't go anywhere. No matter what. Okay. You just doing those 3 chords? No, you're not. Okay.
What would you like me to do? Rehearse?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
That would have been
prep?
nice.
Show prep?
That would have been nice.
For you to show me your show prep.
Just pick 3 chords and play them. There are 4. Just do those 4 chords over and over.
Yep.
All right. Shout for the joy in the Lord, oh, you righteous. Praise befits the upright. Give thanks to the Lord with the lyre. Make melody to him with a harp of 10 strings. Sing to him a new song. Play skillfully on the strings with loud shouts. For the word of the Lord is upright, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of his steadfast love of the By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. He gathers the waters of the sea as a heap. He puts the deeps into storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke and it came to be. He commanded and it stood firm. The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. He frustrates the plans of the peoples. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people whom he has chosen as his heritage. The Lord looks down from heaven and sees all the children of man. From where he sits enthroned, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth. He who fashions the hearts of them all and observes their deeds. The king is not saved by his great army. A warrior is not delivered by his great strength. The war horse is a false hope for salvation, and by its great might it cannot rescue. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, and on those who hope in his steadfast love, that he may deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in a famine. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart is glad in him, because we trust in his holy name. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us now, even as we hope in you. As we hope in you. Hope in you. That was Psalm 33.
Is that a Psalm of David?
It does not say it was a Psalm of David, but many of the Psalms were written by David.
How many were written by Solomon? Is that
Song of Solomon is that's the risque part of the Bible. If you've never
that's the sex ed part?
if you've never read Song of Solomon, or Song of Songs, sometimes it's called, there's
That's
a
good for
beautiful
Valentine's Day.
poem
Written by Solomon.
that is to be shared between a couple.
It's the sexy part.
I once read Song of Solomon for a family member's wedding, and someone came up to me afterwards and goes, "I didn't know that was in the Bible."
Woohoo!
And yes, it is in the Bible. And
It's in your kid's Bible.
God,
Go read it.
God made us for one another.
That's how your kids got here. Then the kids got the Bible, and you read the Bible. And there was a Song of Solomon there all along.
I know the Apostle Paul says it's good for someone to be single, but marriage will keep the powers of passion within bounds.
Or not.
Alas, there's that spirit of fear again.
It's not the spirit of fear. It's the spirit of learning to be changed, to be changeable.
So afraid
To
of
be-
change.
Not afraid of change.
Or afraid things won't change.
You can't be afraid to change your underwear.
No, please don't be afraid to change your underwear.
Don't be afraid.
Fear not.
Fear not the
Clean
change.
underwear is a good thing. And sometimes things are thrown at us that we don't expect, don't want.
Like dirty underwear.
Like dirty underwear.
And right then, it's a measure of intent.
Oh, goodness.
I'll do anything for you to change your underwear. That's not how it goes.
That's not it.
But that's good.
That's not it. See, we're not lined up this week. I've got the painting above my head.
We're not Christ-centered.
We are Christ-centered, but just we're a little lopsided.
Somebody moved the couch. Probably was a dog.
No, I don't think anyone moved the couch. I think... Oh, no. Someone did move the couch. Okay.
Tammy, was it you?
Aw, our pup dog is over here sleeping. You're putting her to sleep with your fine melody. Sir. So if I call you sir, is that words of affirmation? Or does that annoy you? What if I called you chief?
Chief. I would think you being sarcastic at that moment.
So a term of endearment could be different for different people. Like if you complimented my hair, I would assume you'd be lying.
Your hair looks beautiful. It does.
It does? Okay.
You look beautiful today.
Aw, thank you.
You look more beautiful today than you did yesterday.
Words of affirmation, kind of like, even though they feel not true, they're
becoming.
They make it a little more true. You know what I mean? Like if you said that every day, despite what I looked like.
You make the black and blue.
No.
Throwing crusty under cheese at you.
Cheeseburgers.
I'm throwing all my cheeseburgers at you.
There's nothing I wouldn't do.
There's nothing I wouldn't do to make you some cheeseburger. This is the other cheeseburger song. This is the restaurant that we're going to open right across from Chick-fil-A called Hunky Heaven. We serve nothing but cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. We'll open up our first one in China.
No. I don't think they eat cheeseburgers, do they? In China?
I'm certain they do because I've read about studies. In the farm areas, they have rice patties and they're traditional. You live to be 125 years old, and that's where the oldest people in the world are often found is in China because they're living primitive lives.
Cabbage is like awesome for.
So maybe they get enough sun, the outdoor work, and
Bok choy.
life on the rice paddy is apparently pretty good when you're living to 198, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or 120, your choice. You know, whatever you want to do. They have a lot of Jack LaLanne videos. Not everyone knows what that is, but not you. You're too young.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But since I'm 152, I do. Jack LaLanne's 152. Anyway.
He's not 152.
And I don't use hair dye either. Not yet. Maybe
Me neither.
Week. Maybe next week.
This is all natural, folks.
But in other parts of China, there's McDonald's.
He might be in his 50s, and I might be in my 50s.
There's McDonald's,
but I do
and
not
everything else.
use any hair dye. That's all natural.
Noticing that now that Ronald McDonald never ages.
Oh. So red curly hair is the way to go.
And that the Burger King never changes expression.
He's always smiling. The crown on his head.
Is there something godly about eating chicken that Chick-fil-A wants to put forth? Is that what Jesus would do? Would he eat chicken? And is that an act of love?
I don't know. I think chicken came down on the sheet. And then,
perhaps,
like they said, eat. Eat.
So don't eat the sheet, but eat the chicken?
Don't call anything what the Lord has... Don't call unclean what the Lord has called clean, because he argued with him. He's like, was it... Which apostle was that? I can't remember.
Was it Peter?
Yeah, I think it was Peter. I hope the chosen. Oh goodness, we only have 10 minutes left, and I didn't tell you guys about the exciting news. So, already on OutSchool, I teach a crochet class for kids only.
As Emma?
Coming up...
Or your alternate reality person?
So...
Her name's not really Emma.
No, it's not.
Don't tell anybody. Unless you go on OutSchool, then you'll see.
If you go on OutSchool, you'll see my real name. The exciting news is I have found a platform that I think I can conduct adult yarn club meetings. The dues for those will be somewhere around $3 a week. And we'll meet once a week for an hour and just hang out and, you know, share our projects, share what we're working on, and just chat and have a good time.
No fretting, just yarning?
Just yarning. Just knitting.
I feel
But
like I've been explained.
I'm gonna make those club meetings available for free to anyone who is a patron on our Patreon page. So coming up in April, we are gonna have meetings for adults, and I know that lots of people were excited about this. So you can either pay $3 a week to go every week, or become a patron. And if you become a patron at the lowest level, you'll get in for free, and you'll get all of the Patreon benefits too. So it's like getting at the lowest level, it'd be cheaper than $3 a week. It's only $5 a month. So if you would enjoy, I mean, maybe you can try it out for a week and see if you'd like it. And then I'll be setting it up probably in the next couple of weeks. I've had some other health challenges that were causing some issues that hopefully we've fixed. Turns out when you hurt your one hand, your other hand can get hurt too. And that's what happened to me. So now I'm like, can't use either hand for anything.
Sad.
Yeah. My kids have been helping me out a lot, which is awesome. They set everything up for me today. Thank you, girls. You're awesome. They even opened up the streaming software too. What are we going to talk about next week?
Fish? I'm sorry.
Why
That's the name of that. It's called The Fish. It's named after a bass player from the best progressive rock band ever called Yes. don't tell me ever that there is a more positive band than Yes. Don't say maybe.
Okay, so how about
I have a lot of children, and that's a dad joke.
next week we'll go
Disclaimer.
over what you... Why don't we talk about food you like and food you hate? Food you like to
that
share?
I hate. That's a short list.
How about your favorite food to share with your loved one? Or loved ones?
Raw cheeseburgers.
If you
That's
don't
a food
have
I
like
hate.
a significant other.
Cooked cheeseburgers, a food I love.
And it's okay not to have a significant other. It says so in the Bible. You're okay. Singleness is okay. You don't complete me,
It's
is what I'm saying.
Mini me, maxi me, minimize me.
Only this guy up here can help you get to where you're going.
Is there a man in our attic?
No.
And why are you telling him that we need to go somewhere? Is he driving the car? I'm getting sillier.
I think I am enjoying sitting by you. I'm enjoying sitting beside you. But it's time. It's almost time to go.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to remind everybody before we sing our last song that check us out on the youareloved.mxsisters.com and the Fine Art America MX Sisters, and then the Patreon page as well. Consider becoming a patron, and you will be first in line for the adult knitting, crocheting, yarn clubs meetings in April, when they start in April. So next week we're going to talk about what?
I don't know. You'll tell me.
Foods you like to share with loved ones.
I thought you were going to save it for 10 minutes before the show next week. Foods to share with loved ones. It's a bit of hunky heaven. Perhaps we'll wrap some meat
Oh,
in some...
yeah. Recipes.
Wrap
oh,
some
yeah.
meat in some cabbage.
Food that reminds you of loved ones. All right.
Hungarian loved ones. Hunky food.
When the night has come. Oh. When the night... Oh, no. Come on. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea. That's the trouble we were talking about. I won't cry. I won't cry. I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, just stand by me. Oh. stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Ooh, ooh, Oh goodness, thank you so much for joining us for a Knittin' and a Frettin'. We will see you next week.
In a little bit. Just a little
We'll
bit.
talk about foods we like to share, recipes we like to share with our loved ones. And I think we might talk about some petizza. What do you think?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And horseradish. We'll talk
There's so
about
much
petizza.
petizza we'd like to share.
Petizza and horseradish.
Just show your petizza and show you care.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great week. And remember, no matter what you've done.
Or how much petizza you've eaten.
No matter what you've done or what's been done to you, you are loved by the one who made you.
Well, the wise tomato said that once.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.